I'm the first contestant to take any Jeopardy episode into the 5th round.
Oh, because there's 3 in Celebrity
Because there's
Jeopardy.
triple Jeopardy, and that's normally not. So it was technically the 5th round. So that's something to be proud of.
So you're a historical figure.
Right. Yeah.
The speed, the clarity, the...
Easiest question on earth.
The unbiased reporting of her fiance in the recounting.
The grace. So this was different. This is the semifinals.
This was different.
This
was very different.
So it's Katie Nolan, it's Steven Weber, who you might remember from Chicago Med?
Wings.
More importantly,
Wings for me.
He was the first guy your dad's age you thought was cute, if you were me. And I don't think he is my dad's age, but in my head, he was like an adult man young girls had a crush on.
Wow.
Would you say he was the zaddy prototype?
Yes, I would. Thank you. I would
Curly
say that.
locks.
Yeah.
Well, you got him and Tim Daly. It's just... Legion of Doom. It's the Road Warriors of handsome, of early '90s hunkery.
They were cute.
You got. I mean, that show, by the way, FYI, is stacked because you also. It's not just Steven Weber and Tim Daly on Wings, and yeah, we're gonna go down a little Wings side road here.
You
also
hoping.
got Crystal Bernard as the female protagonist.
Yes.
She's unbelievable.
Yep.
A lot of people don't realize Tony Shalhoub, a.k.a. Monk,
No way.
played the taxi
Monk was
driver Antonio Scarpetti.
Oh,
wow.
shit.
Scarpetti.
Playing Italian.
Carpacci, excuse me.
Carpacci?
And then laying in the wings,
Wings.
the dauber of the program, for any of you Coach fans out there with Craig T. Nelson. He really was, I liked him and Dauber because they were both white dudes with extraordinarily deep voices.
Lowell Gang.
Lowell Gang, dude. Thomas Hayden Church
Oh, yeah.
as Lowell Mather, the mechanic.
Iconic.
I do not remember anything about this show.
Oh, I actually watched this as a kid.
So did I, but I don't remember.
USA used to run back-to-back Wings from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m.
That was like Las Vegas that they do. I think now it's Las Vegas.
Okay, and you just wake up and be like, nothing, Wings, whatever. Let's go to Nantucket for a half hour.
Yeah, what does this small airport in Nantucket have going on today?
Sure, I want to
That's
know
what
the
it was,
inner
an
workings of
airport
an
in
airport.
Nantucket?
Yeah, it was an airport on Nantucket Island. But
Anyway.
that's over. And what
Right.
he is now is a nemesis.
I mean, Katie Nolan cannot do an episode of Celebrity Jeopardy without getting into a blood feud.
She gets into beefs
with a white guy from TV that you love.
with
my childhood.
with a handsome white dude from the 90s.
Yep. Oops.
And also Dule Hill is there. Shout out to Dule Hill.
Dule Hill, the sweetest.
West
He
Wing.
was so nice.
Such a delight.
Psych.
He was so nice. He also had done, I don't think I'm giving away any secrets because I think that they had to write when it was taped on the corner of the screen because that happened in the episode. These were taped on the same day. So Dule had just won his semifinal, and then we did the final. So he was back-to-back games, and 3 rounds of Jeopardy in a row is a lot
Yeah.
of Jeopardy in a row.
You packed
It's
an
a
outfit
6
change.
total. Yeah.
So there's already some psychological.
This was like a year ago
Stakes.
to me. It's been a very strange experience.
It was awesome.
It was a very long time ago.
I have witnessed a lot of very fun sports games, a lot of sports games. What? I've been to a lot of fun games. I've been to a lot of cool concerts where maybe my friends were performing. I've been to special tapings. This was the most nerve-wracking thing I've ever watched in the audience. Ever.
I kept thinking of Dan Soder
Ever.
as I was watching this for the first time on ABC, and I want to relive this by going through the plot of how this unfolded, because it didn't start off great for our girl Katie Nolan. It did not start off great. It was a lot like this.
Numerical place names for 500.
Of the states you can stand in at the Four Corners
this
Monument,
one really
it's
killed
the one
me.
to the northwest.
This one hurt at home.
I know.
Katie,
What is Nevada?
sorry, no. Stephen Dule. It's actually Utah in the north.
No.
Utah, Ken.
Shut up, Steven.
Steven.
Shut up, Steven.
You take that humor back to Nantucket.
That killed me. Look, he's from Colorado.
There is a picture
I won't get those wrong anymore.
Somewhere, there is a picture at my mom's house of a 10-year-old Dan in a dinosaur t-shirt in all 4 states at once. Because that's what you do when you go to the Four Corners. You do the crab
when
walk
you're in Nevada.
thing, and you're like, I'm technically in 4 states.
You're playing Twister across 4
Utah,
states.
Colorado.
Yes.
Arizona, New Mexico.
Correct.
Never going to mess that up again.
Yeah.
Made a
Four
big
Corners.
But that answer, or incorrect answer.
Yeah, thanks.
It seemed to get into your head a little bit, in conjunction with Steven Weber being a guy who was poking and prodding.
Whole show.
And also buzzing in with a speed that put Katie Nolan, who we had praised previously as a champion buzzer-inner, to shame.
Yeah, one thing I'm not proud of watching the tape back is how obvious I made it when I buzzed and it didn't buzz.
It was
when I
very
didn't
obvious.
The faces I made, I'm like, I really wish I didn't do that.
Well, we had watched Celebrity Jeopardy the season before and noticed BJ Novak
got very mad.
Very upset when he was like, come on. So we kind of knew where not to go. Like Katie knew, I think, where not to go.
But I didn't notice until watching it back last night how close I got to getting there. It's very easy to piss you off.
And when she missed that question, I did react like a football dad that cares too much and went, God damn it. And so she touched me and I said, don't touch me. She knows I'm from Colorado.
The up for you was a category that I just got to point out that was wildly impressive.
Really?
Now, I'm going to tell you this.
You know, Dan knows what I'm talking about.
So, and I'm excited to tell the story because I told the story to Katie while I was going on. I watch Jeopardy with Katie every night. Word categories. She loves word puzzles. She does crosswords. She just knows words. She likes puns, all that shit. Words are her strength. She's a very good writer.
Yes.
Word categories in Jeopardy, she smokes. So when there was an acronym one, I was like, oh, this shit. And then she started cooking on it.
This is how animal idiom brain teasers went.
Animal idiom brain teasers for 200.
This is her foods with a low Q.
Please be patient for a moment. HYH. Katie?
What is hold your horses?
That's it.
Yeah.
Look at you. Not so bad.
Shush.
That's
animal
real
idiom brain
heat, brother.
teasers for 6.
Don't forget how many other single people are out there in the dating pool. TAPOFITS.
This is so hard.
Katie.
It's so
What
easy.
is there are plenty of fish in the sea?
You got it.
What is happening?
There's your Wheel of Fortune.
And he hasn't hit his daily double yet, so he's getting nervous.
Yes.
Oh my God. OMG. Good.
All right, let's do, since he likes it so much, we'll keep doing animal idiom brain teasers for 800.
Make all the necessary preparations before you start. GYDIAR. Katie.
What is get your ducks in a row?
Yes.
What the hell? Oh my God. Oh gosh.
Let's do animal idiom brain teasers for 1,000. I like this.
You can do anything you wish or go anywhere you want in this life. TWIYO. Katie.
What is the world is your oyster?
Wow. Yeah. You have found your category.
Is yellow on it?
No.
He said no.
Got him talking crazy.
He said no.
About the 4th correct answer, I felt like Billy Hoyle in White Men Can't Jump and foods that start with the letter Q. And I leaned over to Ken Jennings, and I swear to God, this is real, because I had to do it to somebody. I was like, I have to quote White Men Can't Jump to somebody.
Yes.
And I leaned over to Ken Jennings' wife, who was sitting an empty seat, and then her, and I said, she's in the zone. And she goes, what? And I went, it's from White Men Can't Jump.
Who is Rosie Perez is a question she might have actually asked you in that moment.
Yeah. She would have been like, who's Rosie Perez? And you're like, Billy, the Stoogie Brothers are going to kill you.
Shout out to Ken Jennings' wife in the audience with a blanket over her legs.
Like a football wife.
It was very
She
sweet.
had
It
the
was
blanket.
I think
she
like a
knows
hockey
how
mom.
the studio gets called.
Yeah.
Like when you
So
go to a high
sweet.
school football game and you see a family that's had older kids come through and play high school football, they have different things. They have like a cooler.
Yeah,
They had that
thermos.
the seat cushion that
the
goes
seat cushion.
onto the
The mom
bleacher.
always has a blanket on her legs because they know, and Ken Jennings' wife knows that about the Jeopardy studio.
This is how Katie Nolan climbs back into the game.
Yeah.
Only to set up Steven Weber, who was kind of a little playing possum, I thought, because then he gets into the true daily double.
Yeah.
And at that point, Katie Nolan
I thought it was over.
is stressed out.
That's right.
Yeah.
Aretha Franklin's 2018 obit cited this song as a harbinger of feminism, carried by a voice that would accept nothing less.
What is respect?
You just doubled your money, Stephen. Wow.
When I was watching it, I was like, oh, fuck.
Yeah,
Like this
same.
is.
I was like, oh,
it was,
damn,
it was
that
a
sucks.
good run. This was funny, some funny moments.
I'm sweating through my shirt. I don't sweat a lot in my armpits. I sweat.
He doesn't.
I sweated through my shirt.
I was and I was thinking, because again, same day. So earlier in the day, Dan was doing a podcast.
Shout out Bill Burr.
He had to do Bill Burr, and I was like, he's like, if it were anybody else, I'd think
honestly,
about consider.
I have a lot of friends in LA. I'm
He's
a
like, but it's
massive
Bill
Bill
Burr's
Burr
podcast.
fan.
So,
Bill
and I
Burr
was like, I get that. I
It's
get
like
that.
I'm recording Celebrity
Absolutely
Jeopardy,
go.
and I was like,
but we were lucky because it made you be in LA. So when we were out there together. But anyway, I did the first episode and I won, but I almost lost. And in that moment, I was thinking, oh no, Dan's not going to get to see me on Jeopardy. But I won. So then we go to this next one, and at that point, I thought, oh no, he's going to see me lose. He's not going to see me win. This is a real bummer. I brought him here just to lose in his face.
and then I was thinking at the time, I'm going to go online and buy every DVD of Wings and burn it, like Fahrenheit 451. I'm going to go burn all the copies of
to it.
just burn it off the planet. I'm going to ask for it to be released from Paramount.
It was a
Plus.
pleasure to burn.
Yeah. It was scary.
But it really helped that he was being a jerk.
Yes.
Because then I was like, let's go.
But end of Double Jeopardy, that, my friends, is where this story really escalates.
New York Times obituaries for $1 million, Ken. 600.
We can do 600.
Okay.
This surrealist's 1989 obit noted when he hallucinated in the late 1920s, the whole world hallucinated with him. Stephen?
Who is Dali?
Correct again.
New York Times obituaries for 8. Weird sound.
The growl.
His 2018 obit described him as a physicist and author who roamed the cosmos from a wheelchair. Stephen?
Who's Hawking?
Yes.
Obituaries for 1,000.
Let's finish it off. This actor's 2016 obit mentioned he had outlived by about 34 years an erroneous report of his death that made him a cult figure. Stephen?
Who's Abe Vigoda?
You just ran that category, Stephen.
Yep, very good, Stephen. Very good. I've got the God thumb.
Stephen, is one of the advantages of getting older being very good at obituary trivia?
Yes. Let me tell you something, man. Okay, seriously, I read the New York Times obituary.
Looking for your friends?
Look.
I don't know if I have heard a Jeopardy crowd turn into like Rucker Park.
It was what you didn't see was me running up and down the audience with I had a bullhorn. Oh, that's how we play around here. Half lady, half amazing. His wings got clipped. Oh, yeah, they really were. It turned into a Def Jam. Yeah.
Oh my God.
And which was great. It was, it was fun to watch. It was that episode was so fun to watch because there was it's like wrestling, good heel. There was a good baby face.
We had real heat in commercial breaks, which I didn't realize until afterwards, that most of his talking didn't make air because it was during commercial breaks. And so I think in the months since we did that, I told Dan, I was like, I'm worried that I'm going to look like a real jerk with that line about the obituaries if that makes it in, because I don't think any of the stuff he was doing to me made it to air.
Yeah.
But watching it back, it did. So
How would you characterize what he was doing in between?
He was just trying to get Dan's attention. He was talking to Dan in the audience, and he kept
he was talking shit.
Yeah, I know, but I was trying to be a little nice about it.
Yeah.
But anytime I would say anything, he would go, "You got real lucky with this one," to Dan. Like he wouldn't address me.
He identified
addressed
Dan in the crowd because Dan,
yes.
of course, was running through the aisles with a
Yeah,
bullhorn.
I was pretty loud about it.
Addressed Dan, but like it was like I said something to him, and then he would turn to a guy, my man,
Yes.
who wasn't even on stage, and turn to him and address him instead of
Also, because
answering
how
me.
I walked Katie to stage, I held her hand like this, and then I walked her on stage. I said, "You're safe here. I'll come and get you after the game." That's why Stephen was talking to
Yes,
me.
you
in the audience.
delicately set her down at the dais.
And I said, I'll come back for you.
Now don't move, okay? Don't wander away.
And if he needs to speak to someone, I'll be in the audience. Speak to me.
Yeah, so that after the like 5th time he did that, I was like, I
She
think
really
I
did.
genuinely.
She goes, I think you said, I'm sitting right here.
Or I said, like, stop doing that. And
I'm
then he
right
went, okay.
Yeah.